Hi guys, today's a rainy day and we're going to give you a glimpse of what we do on a rainy day with the kids, some of the food we've prepared, as well as some of the activities. Hi guys, today is a rainy day. We're going to give you a glimpse of what we do on a rainy day, including some of the food that we prepare. So as you can see, the kids have so much energy on a rainy day. And when it's not raining, typically the kids go out and play. But because of the rain, they can't go outside. So they have to have something to do to get that energy out. And so we invested in a blast zone bounce house. And it's super easy to set up. We pull out our couches and our chairs, and then we hook it up to a blower, and we have to tie up, they have another section where you have to tie it up so that the air doesn't come out. And then you just push on the on button and it blows up within seconds. And then the kids jump right in and they can jump for hours. The kids will play games in the bounce house. They'll jump around. They like to listen to music and jump to the music. They like to dance in the bounce house. Landon especially likes to do flips. Charlotte will do somersaults. Whatever they find entertaining, they figure it out in the bounce house, and like I said, they can go on for hours. They'll go in and out and take breaks, but it's a great way to get energy out when you can't go outside and play. We've even used this outside, but it works for inside as well. Okay, so the kids just finished up jumping around and they're super thirsty, so they were asking me for something to drink, so I'm gonna actually make them a tangerine. It's really just a bunch of tangerines, and then I always add some greens in there. Just maybe a handful of greens, because whenever I can, I try to get those greens in. So we're gonna go ahead and make that drink. We gotta wash our tangerines first. Here's one, and when I'm done washing it, Charlie, you can start peeling them. Okay. Ooh. To make about 2 cups of the tangerine smoothie, we use 6 tangerines. All right, this was the last one, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit of arugula in. Not too much, because arugula is very strong, but it does give it a little pizzazz, doesn't it?
Pizzazz in the sense, I don't use the pizzazz word. I only use...
Well, what would you say? What does it add to it, Charlotte?
A fancy word.
A fancy word? What would be your fancy word?
Probably... another.
Well, you think about it. All right, so like a little bundle, not too much, and then just throw it right in there.
Then we'll dump it all in.
Now I put about 1/4 of a cup of water in. Not too much water, because then it takes away from the flavor of the tangerine. It waters it down. So we don't want to water it down, but we do want to give it a little bit of water to help it begin to blend. All right. It smells delicious. Okay, so now we pour it over ice, because they want it to be nice and cold since they were jumping around. And they need, what do you call that drink? Fresh ice cold drink. It's the only type of drink they want when they're thirsty and they've been jumping around, a fresh ice cold drink. Okay, so now that I finished doing the kids their smoothie drink that they asked for, I'm gonna do my daily smoothie so you can see what I have for my daily smoothie. My daily smoothie is very, very green, and I didn't start it this way. So I moved up to this point. I always get super greens. It doesn't matter where you get it from. Sometimes I get it from Costco, sometimes I get it from Sprouts, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, wherever you are. I grab a box or a bag of super greens, and it is good to get a variety. So each store, their super greens is a little bit different. But today I have Sprouts Organic Super Greens. And then of course, if you have your own greens, like my mom orders Farm Fresh. So if you order greens from somewhere else, you can put your own greens in. And again, a variety sometimes is really nice anyway. But so what I do, I put 6 cups of greens. And again, this is something I worked up to. So if 6 cups is too much for you, start with 1 cup and then work your way up. Okay, so I take it off of the blender, or you want to unplug it so that when you're pressing it down, if you're using this as your cup reader, which is what I do, you want to unplug it so that you don't actually hit the on button, because that would be very dangerous for your hand to be in here. So I either unplug it or I take it off. But anyway, so I pressed it down, and this is 6 cups of greens. Once I'm done with that, I get berries. Berries, fruit, anything that you like that you want to add as some type of sweetener for it. I use berries, and the berries that I get that are my favorite come from Costco. So let me get that so you can see. I'm gonna take you to my freezer. I've got 2 of them, but I'm gonna take you to my freezer so you can see, and so I can pull out my berries. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, so pull out my berries. This is my favorite one that I get. They're organic. They are strawberries, cherries, blueberries, raspberries, and pomegranate. And that's why I love this one, because it's such a variety. And the cherries add the sweetness, has pomegranates that are super healthy. And then I get my berries in every day. So this I'm gonna add. And the other thing I love about this is that it's already in a package separated for me. So I just open up 1 package. The scissors are always missing. Kitchen scissors, all kinds of scissors. But anyway, I can't find the scissors, so I'm gonna have to use a knife to cut it open. And then I just go ahead and pour the whole bag in to the blender. That's it. Sometimes that's all I put in, depends on how I feel. Other times I'll put some seeds in it. I try to get some seeds in daily, especially because I have read and heard that unless you have a little bit of fat, that the nutrients aren't as absorbed as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in since I'm done filling everything up. Just kidding, I need to put water in. So I put in approximately 2 cups of water. Now that I have water in there and I've got my greens in there, and then I put my frozen fruit in there, and I like to put frozen fruit because then I don't have to put ice in it, which waters down the flavor, and I like to have cold smoothies. It just tastes better to me. So frozen fruit really works out, whether it's a tropical frozen blend or a berry blend like I have here, whatever works for you, whatever you think you'd enjoy. So you can try different things. A variety is good as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. Okay. All right, so this smoothie comes out very green. It's like a dark green color. So I don't know if it's necessarily the prettiest. I would say it's not necessarily the prettiest smoothie. But I'm okay with it because I like the flavor and I've gotten used to it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip. And like I said, to me, I like it. It's very tasty, but I worked up to it. That's my smoothie, my everyday smoothie. Another activity that the kids love to do indoors is Just Dance, especially Landon. He loves to turn on Just Dance, and we actually don't have the program. He does it on YouTube. He goes on our TV and searches it on YouTube, and he just likes to choose the different dances. And even though we don't have the remote controls that tell him if he's done a fantastic job or a super job, that doesn't bother him. He really just wants to dance. Okay, so he's just finished lunch. They ate almost everything. These are our plates. Mine, Landon's, Charlotte's, Michael's. And the kids are already back in the bounce house. For dessert, they had chocolate-covered strawberries. For the recipe, click on the link above. After our chocolate-covered strawberries, the rain stopped for a bit. So when that happens, we usually try to quickly go outside and take a walk. And in our community, some of our neighbors like to paint rocks and put them outside for the kids to go out and look for them. It's really exciting for them to find the rocks, and they're painted very pretty. And it gives something for the kids in the community to look forward to. And they like to share with one another the rocks that they find. That's a lot of fun for them as well. So here is one that Charlotte found, placed in front of somebody's yard. And it looks like it is a purple rock with some designs on it with different colors. It's beautifully painted.
Mom.
It's dinner time, and since it's a cold day, a cold rainy day, the kids, Michael and I, decided we wanted soup this evening for dinner. And there are a few that we make that we really like. Today we're gonna do a broccoli cheddar soup. So here we go, let's get started. I start off pouring 10 cups of water into a big pot. And then I grab 2 large carrots, and I cut them up into fourths. Then I take my diced carrots, dump them in the pot of water, and then I start cutting up 1 medium-sized onion. Then I take the diced onions and pour them in the pot of water. I love garlic, so I chop up 2 cloves of garlic, and I put that in the pot of water. And then I include organic super sweet cut corn. It's frozen, and I throw a whole bag in. Sprinkle some garlic and onion powder on top. And then I stir it all around while it's heating up, and you want to heat it for 15 minutes. Once the carrots are softened up, I'm going to take about half of the ingredients out of the pot into a blender, because what I want to do is I want to take my ingredients with the water and blend it all up. And then I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of raw whole cashews into the blender. This is going to thicken it up, as well as give it a little bit more of that cheesy color and taste. Then you pour it into the rest of the ingredients that you left in the pot. And now you're going to add in your broccoli. You can have fresh broccoli or organic broccoli florets, the frozen kind, and I just go ahead and microwave it because I want to be able to cut it up. So just microwave it a little bit so that you can cut it up into little pieces. And then once you're done cutting them all up, then you're going to take your broccoli and you're going to put it into your broccoli cheddar soup. The reason why I wait to the very end to add the broccoli is because all the other ingredients that we added and blended together and then put back into the pot had so much depth and flavor to our broccoli cheddar soup. And once you're done, you can go ahead and serve yourself a nice, warm, tasty, delicious broccoli cheddar soup. Another ingredient that I usually have that I didn't have this time are potatoes. So if you have potatoes, get 2 medium-sized potatoes, dice them up and throw them in with the original ingredients, and also blend those potatoes up. A quick tip for those who are trying to stay away from salt: add the salt afterwards. Just sprinkle a little on top. Don't cook with the salt because that flavor dissipates when you're cooking with the salt. If you add a little bit on top, you'll get the salty flavor without having to put so much into the soup. After dinner, the kids asked for hot chocolate. They love to have my homemade hot chocolate and sit by the fire. And for the recipe, you can go ahead and visit our Instagram at Get a Taste of Health, and you will see our recipe. We'll also show it in a future episode. Thank you so much for watching a glimpse of what our life is like on a cold, rainy day. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you are able to try some of our recipes. For more recipes, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to be notified.